Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to Dropcast, the podcast, and I am your presenter, DJ Groove Master. So yesterday, it was a Friday, Yo Maps dropped an album. The title of the album is called Vibes on Vibes. Yes, like the title says, it's called Bangers and Bangers, Club Bangers. But interestingly, this particular album has been received with mixed feelings across multiple social media platforms. So far from the review that I've done on Facebook seems to be, most of the people are very supportive. They are vibing to the song. It's just interestingly on other platforms like Twitter. Of course, the Twitter being X for my Gen Z audiences. So you guys call it X, as we still call it Twitter. So on Twitter, there are about two factions that are emerged as a result of this particular album. Some are supporting some of the people are not supporting the album, interestingly. So well, it's been an interesting thing to see some of the reactions that have come out from across the entire nation about this particular album. But before I give you a deep dive in of this particular album and what it is about, it's been a minute. I think it's been a minute ever since we talked about events on this particular platform. So maybe just allow me to give a just snippet, a simple update on what's happening around the events in Lusaka and in Zambia in particular. So Amigos events, the big turn up event will be hosting Davido this coming weekend. Yes, this coming weekend. If you're in Osaka, even if you're not, you've got enough time to come here, guys. You have to, if you're a fan of Amapiano, if you're a fan of Afrobeats, I think you have to be here on Saturday. This is this coming Saturday, so this will be part of the big turn-up event that is hosted by Amigos Events. And of course, I think Davido will also be doing meet and greet together with Rick Ross, I believe so, together with Rick Ross at Sierra Resort. So I think it will be a jam-packed weekend. This coming weekend will be jam-packed. You have to find yourself somewhere. Yes, and for people that remember, the African Experience particular event is back this year. They've not given any details as to who they are hosting, which artist is coming, but I'm sure it will be a banger. Last year they brought Fally Ipupa. It was very fun. I'm sure they'll bring someone that the fans will particularly enjoy. And of course, the biggest news of all, Stanbic Music Festival. Of course, the Stanbic Music Festival is back this year. This is my favorite. I think it became my favorite because of the arrangement. It's just the way. I think they set the standard for events. That's where most people are coming, and they've been following that particular path, that the Stanbic Music Festival. Last year it was disappointing that it wasn't there, but then it's quite good. It's quite interesting to know that this particular event is back this year, and they've announced that it will be on the 3rd of October. I don't know who they're bringing. Hopefully someone that both Gen Zs, millennials, and the 80s can vibe with. If possible, probably they can bring theater, something that would be better, so that they just balance between the audiences. But I think with the way the Stanbic Music Festival is arranged, it's like they target the bigger people. But it's an event. Either ways, we still have different age groups being found at that particular event. Okay, so to get back to the review of the album, I think just so that we're on the same page about how the reaction has been on Twitter, let me just read some of the, hopefully I can maybe put them on the screen as I edit this video, but let me just sort of read some of the reactions that has come out from people from on X. Yes, it's quite interesting. So this particular, I will not read the actual handles of the people for privacy sake, but then I'll probably just give their display name. So this guy is Dobo Jr. So he says, enough time has passed. Yo Maps has dropped the album of the year. Okay, those are vibes we're talking about. And then this guy, you know, the horse meme where they say this guy says Yo Maps Enjoyer, that's his display name. So he says album 1, album 2, album 3 and album 4 has been fire for Yo Maps. Yeah, quite interesting. And then we've got a couple of other negative comments. They are firstly, this guy is sincerely shooter. He's also in support. He says people who call Yo Maps monotonous and repetitive don't really listen to him and don't understand the music as a whole. It's okay not to like music, but don't try and bash it because it's not your taste. Listen to what you like and let people enjoy what they like. I think this makes sense. But interesting, like I said, there are different views. Let me read this one. So this guy, interesting, he says Yo Maps does music for and that grew up watching Jesus Film and Passion of Christ, Patch Salu. And he doesn't have a display name, obviously. This should be a banner account. Oh, this is deep. So interesting, there are other people that are even comparing the Yo Maps to PK Shala. If you're Zambian, you know who PK Shala is, a legendary Kadindula Afro-pop musician. So this guy says Yo Maps is a great artist, but until he makes timeless music, the likes of Namusonda and Common Man learn to put some respect on PK Shala. Okay, so that has been the battle, man. That has been the battle. Anyway, so getting back to what do I think about the album? What are my 2 cents about the album? Well, let me give you a bit of some details first. Yo Maps is an Afrobeat artist from Southern Africa, that's Zambia in particular, and he's been one of the most consistent artists in the past few years. When we bring it locally here in Zambia, for my Zambian people, is like, if not the first highest or biggest commercially artist that we've ever produced. So he's signed to his own record label. It's called Oreo's record. How am I not getting that right? Oreo's Records, yes. So the way the Oreo's name came about, I think it was in one of his songs called Location, where he was trying to it's more of a bridge. He was trying to sing. It goes like Oreo, Oreo, Oreo. I wish I can sing. So but that was the particular that was a particular origin of of this name, and then somehow him and his manager DJ Kandeke, they got it and made it the name of the record label. So Yo Maps is signed to his own record label. Is not signed to any major record labels that we know, like Sony and other African and other big labels that most of the big artists that are signed to Africa, that are in Africa, are signed to. Yeah, but I mean, I see him going that direction. He's attracting attention, and very soon I'm sure Sony, as we know, who's signed most big artists here in Africa, like Casper, of course, Cabs Desmo, and all those the big. I think even Davido is part of the Sony group, so he might be going that direction if he had to pursue. Yeah. So anyway, to give a verdict, I don't want to keep this too long, but to give a verdict about this particular album, I'll try to judge it from two sides. My 2 sides from where I stand. I'll give you first my judgment as a fan, as a musical fan. So the title of the album is called Vibes on Vibe. Okay, so from there you can tell that what they were trying to do in this particular album is to give you vibes, songs that you can dance to, songs that you can find in the club, and they just wanted you people to have fun, and they did not want to have any negativity on in this particular piece. Yes, so basing on their ambition, basing on the mission for this particular album, the way it was marketed, and everyone that has featured, even the songs that have come out in this particular album, I think they delivered. to me, I think they delivered this particular album as a musical fan. I don't know why you'd be complaining, because it's got a lot of pieces that you can listen to. Yes, I don't want to talk about other people's opinion. This is my opinion. As a musical fan, I think they delivered in this particular album. Yes, I'll give it a solid. Well, I'll give it a solid 8. It's not a 10 out of 10 album. I think they can up their game, but yes, it's solid. It's a solid 8 from me as a fan. Yes. Now to give my other judgment as someone who's got a bit of some information about the music business. A bit of some information, maybe to judge as a professional individual, I would say the way this particular album was made, again, this is my opinion, this particular album was crafted despite it having a number of international artists or foreign artists on it. I think mostly the way it comes out is crafted towards the Zambian audience. So somehow this limits the artist to this audience, the Zambian audience, or the location, or the people that particularly understand him as an artist from the country. Yes, so that's my judgment, as that's my professional view about the album. To give you more details, I think, ideally as an artist you are aiming to grow, okay? And if I've seen what is done, if you review what is done from his numbers, his YouTube, the money that is made, I think all these things are in the socials, you can see them. I can say that if this is the international stage, I think he's just right here. I think he's just like right here. So judging this particular album professionally, I think there's something that the team, him and his manager DJ Kandeka and the rest of the team, the producers and everything that he's working with, they have to do something to sort of cross this line. This is the line for international. This is the international stage. So they're not yet there professionally. This is what I'm saying about the album. They're not yet there. They need to do something, but they're here, like right on the edge. So they just need to do one or two things to cross over, and then they'll be there. Yes. So again, that's my professional view about this particular album. Again, I say this to assist people that do not necessarily understand the music business. Yes, and also just to assist the artists themselves, because we are the fans who are the ones that are listening, and hopefully they'll bump on this particular video and then try to listen to listen to it. What are my top 3 songs of this particular album? Yeah, so from the album, these are not, I'm still listening to it. A lot of people say Yo Map's music will always grow, like it grows on you, so I'm still listening to it. I might maybe change this particular disc, but for now, so I'm not tagging this particular disc as my favorite from the song, but I'm just saying these are songs that are likely to be commercially successful from this, my top 3 songs that will obviously be commercially successful from this particular album. So the first one is Budget. Of course, Budget has been from the album was released yesterday. Today, as the time of recording, this is the 25th. The album was released on the 24th yesterday. It was a Friday. Yes. So yes, Budget is number 1. I think it's going to make it commercially. It's been playing from yesterday when it was dropped. Clubs were playing it a lot. You could hear it in people's vehicles. Even this morning when you move around Lusaka, you can hear people playing it. I think this particular song will go, and it's got also that international appeal. So you will find it playing on most international platforms. The second one is Sanity. To me, from what I think about the song Sanity, I think this song was somehow dropped abruptly by the artist, and they did not give an announcement of their album. I think Sanity would be one of those songs that would people would come to love. Just that. Again, my only disappointment about this particular song titled Sanity is that they did not put Frank Rowe on this one. I think if they put Frank Rowe and squeezed in this more somewhere there, it would have been an exact replica of Tamnaka from his third studio album. Yes, so just an appeal to Audio's Records, if you're closer to them, if maybe they come across this particular video, please, if you plan to do a remix of this song, or if you plan to do a deluxe version of the album Vibes on Vibes, please put Frank Rowe on Sanity. It's going to be a big bang. And lastly, Touch Me. For obvious reasons, there is Rotimi. Rotimi is loved by many people around the globe, particularly in Africa. I think the guy is Nigerian and he married a Tanzanian lady. Is for those that are not aware. She's called Vanessa. She did a song with one of our own, Roberto. Yes, Roberto featured her on one of his tracks. It's called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Vitamin U. Yes, anyway, you can look it up. Yes, so for obvious reason, this particular song, I see it making it because it's got first the type is got the bongo flavor type of beat, which will sit well with international listeners, and it features Rotimi, who's on a global stage as it may be right now. He's an actor and a singer. So these are the top 3 songs that I think will make it on this particular album: Budget, Sanity, and Touch Me. Okay, yes, so that's it. Again, I just wanted to give a quick shout. It's been a minute. Hopefully we'll get a chance to pass through the big turn up and see how the video. I've been looking forward to having the video in Osaka, and I hope, if I won't be there, probably one of the team members from the studio will be there and give us just a review of how the performances will go on this particular event. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, DJ Groovemaster. This is Dropcast, the podcast where we give you everything new about the entertainment industry in Zambia, music, we're talking movies, fashion, and all that. Thank you so much for joining me on this particular one. I hope to see you on the next one. This is DJ Groovemaster signing out. Peace.